What's going on, guys? If you're new to turkey hunting or you're an experienced turkey hunter looking for some new tips and tricks to use this season, this is the video for you, so stick around. Guys, welcome to today's video. So if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Steve, and I have been deer hunting and turkey hunting for about 20 years now. So I have a lot of experience under my belt, mainly hunting South Jersey, a few out-of-state trips, but I have not hunted turkeys out of state yet, which is on the agenda for this year. Anyway, so today I'm doing some work on the farm. This is our food plot from last year behind me here. We're getting ready to clear cut it out, rototill it, and get it ready for the season, since spring is right around the corner. So anyway, so today's video is going to be 5 tips for the new turkey hunter. That's including a little bit of history about turkeys, their behavior. We're going to talk about calling, things that you need, like decoys and calls and all that good stuff, where to find them, and how some strategies on how to call turkeys in. So without further ado, let's get into it, guys. If you're a brand new turkey hunter, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. At the last tip I'm going to give you guys is going to be a really good one about the history of turkeys, knowing their behavior, how they act, knowing their vision, and things of that nature. Very important things to know if you're brand new in the turkey hunting. So we're going to save that tip, tip number 5, for the end, okay? So tip number 1 is equipment, okay? Stuff that you're going to need. You're absolutely going to need a turkey call. The state of New Jersey actually requires you to have a call with you at all times because we can't stalk like other states can. All right, so I highly recommend a box call. These you could get them for like 20 bucks, 20, 30 bucks, or you can spend more money if you have it. Another good little call to have is a slate call or crystal call. These run you like 40 to 50 bucks. You can get them higher or cheaper if you look hard enough. So you're going to need a call. You're also going to need a shotgun, clearly, and turkey shells, some kind of lead or TSS shot for turkey hunting. That is pretty much the 3 things that you really need to hunt turkeys. You can get more equipment and gear if you want to, such as a decoy. Decoys are great. I typically, when I run decoys, I run a quarter strut Jake decoy. This is a Avian X Jake decoy. I'll run him with an avian laydown hen or breeder hen. I've killed so many birds over top of this decoy spread. It's absolutely insane. These things work great. You can buy cheaper decoys if you want. You can buy them for 20 bucks, 30 bucks. Those ones are about 100, 130. So it's entirely up to you. You absolutely do not need decoys in order to kill a turkey, but they do help in certain circumstances. Another optional piece of gear, which I highly recommend, is a turkey vest. These turkey vests are great. They have seats, so you sit down while you're hunting. They have call pouches and all kinds of good stuff. You keep all your gear together with you. One other thing you could definitely invest in is locator calls, an owl hooter or a crow call. Great for locating turkeys in the middle of the day. Both of those are very budget friendly, in the $20 range. Now guys, tip number 2 in today's video is going to be, where can you find turkeys, okay? Turkeys are located all across the US. Like, turkeys are typically found in fields, grassy areas, hardwood timber like oaks and stuff. They love hanging out in there. Like I said, ag fields, anything open like that. Turkeys eat bugs, so they love being in the woods, raking leaves, eating, feeding while they're going through. They love eating on ag fields, going through the grassy areas and stuff like that. As far as statewide, turkeys are located across pretty much the entire U.S. There's 5 subspecies of turkey in the U.S. You have the eastern, which is located on the eastern side of the U.S. You have the Merriam and Rios, which are located out west, as well as the gold, close to New Mexico, or Mexico. And you also have the Osceola, which is located in Florida. It's the only species that's located in one state. So you can find them anywhere. No matter where you live, there's probably going to be a turkey near you. So do your research and figure out where you want to go. But yeah, those are the common areas where you can locate turkey. All right, guys, tip number 3. That's going to be, we're going to talk about hunting strategies for turkey, okay? So typically, when you turkey hunt, okay, so turkeys roost in trees. The best strategy is to go out the night before, call, try to find the turkeys where they're roosting. If you can find where they're roosting that night, that's great because you know where to go the next morning. If you don't, in the morning, go out, use one of these locator calls, such as an owl hooter. Try to get them to gobble, or just sit and listen. Eventually, you're going to hear them gobble. When you do find them, you want to try to get within 100 yards of them, sometimes set up, and hopefully, you know, once you find the birds on the roost, you don't want to call too much until they're on the ground. You can do a couple soft yelps, tree yelps or something like that to kind of like spark the tom's attention, but you want to let them land, especially if you're real close to them, because you got to think in the mind of a turkey. Okay, that tom's in a tree, all the other turkeys are in the tree, and they hear you calling from the ground before anybody else has landed. So good little tip right there. You know, soft calling if you're far enough away, let them touch down, then start calling and hopefully pull the turkey into you. Turkey hunting is like reverse psychology, okay? So in real life, the females come to the males in the morning. You're trying to do the opposite. You're trying to get him to come to you, which can be quite challenging. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. It doesn't work. They get down there with their hens and they stay with those hens the entire time, you know, until later on in the day. Let's just say you hunt the morning and it's unsuccessful, right? And you start walking around calling. Best strategy to find birds in the middle of the day is walking, using a crow call, locator call, or just walking and calling. Walk every 150 yards and call, and wait until you get a tom to answer you. Covering ground is crucial. That's why they call it run and gun in turkey hunting. You got to cover a lot of ground. You got to call. You have to try to find the birds. When you do find one that gobbles and answers to you, try to set up in a good, well-covered area. You're going to call those birds into you. If they don't come in right away and they get hung up in an area that's, let's just say 100 yards from you, right? And they refuse to come any closer to you, okay? There's a good chance that turkey reached his strut zone, which is an area where he feels comfortable, where he's strutting and he's waiting for you to come to him. And sometimes you get birds that will hang up there and you pull every trick at them and they still don't come in, or eventually they do come in. My suggestion for you, if you have a turkey that's hung up in a strut zone, is go quiet, give him 20 minutes, no calls. Let him start wondering where you're at and gobbling, trying to find you. Another good tip for if you have a bird that's hung up, if you can, try to back out and circle the bird and come around from the other side or a different angle and try calling and pulling them that way. Sometimes switching up calls. If I'm calling on this box call and he stops gobbling or he refuses to come in, I might switch and use a different box call or a slate call to make it sound like there's multiple hens over there, which might give him some more motivation to come in and check you out. Best time for me where I've killed a majority of my birds is between 8 and 11 a.m. Typically the hens will go to their nest mid-morning, and that leaves the toms out there on their own. So they're looking for hens. That's going to be your best time period to kill a turkey. In Jersey, we can only hunt till noon, so we only have that wiggle room until the last week of the season. We can hunt all day, but typically we can only hunt till noon. So that 8 to 10, 8 to 11 is like prime time for us down here to kill birds, and it should be for you too. All right, so tip number 4, that's going to be the 3 most common calls that you're going to use in the turkey woods to try to call in your tom. I'm going to demonstrate this on a box call. First one is a yelp, okay? So a yelp is a 3 to 7 note call that hens use to locate other birds, communicate. Turkeys are very vocal creatures, so they love talking and responding back to each other. So a yelp is going to sound something like this. So that is what a yelp sounds like. And with a box call, check out one of our videos. We made a video on how to use box call, specifically how to cluck and yelp on a box call. So make sure you check out the channel and watch that video. Another good call, common call that is heard in the turkey woods is a cluck. So I'm going to demonstrate that on a slate call. All I'm doing is I'm lightly applying some pressure to the slate and I'm moving it. That's on a slate call. I'll demonstrate that on a box call. You can incorporate calls together, yelp and cluck. Last one's going to be a purr. I'm going to do that on the slate call as well. I'm just dragging the striker across with a little bit of pressure. Alright, that's going to be the purr. And a purr is usually when hens are getting a little agitated, fighting with each other. Sometimes they do it while they're just milling around. So remember those 3 calls this year in the woods. Alright guys, before we get into tip number 5 of today's video, be sure to smash that subscribe button if you've learned anything from this video or enjoying the content that I'm putting out. If you guys have any questions at all, make sure you drop a comment down below. Or if you want to see a video of something else, me going in more depth about something. This is a very condensed, quick, tutorial video on how to turkey hunt. But I can definitely talk about it for days. So with that being said, tip number 5, and that's going to be learn about turkeys before you hunt them, okay? Which is what you're doing right now by clicking this video, right? So like I said earlier, there's 5 species within the United States, okay? What's important to know about turkeys is that, 1, their vision is absolutely incredible. They can see color, which means you have to wear camo from head to toe, face mask, gloves, everything. They can spot you from a country mile away, trust me. They can see about, I think the state said, they can see about 3 times better than humans can with a 20/20 vision eyesight, right? They can see 8 times further than we can with a normal human eye, okay? So if you see a turkey at 80 yards and you move thinking that he's not going to see you, you're wrong. He's going to see you. Turkeys are extremely, very, very good with their vision. They can pick you guys out without too much work, trust me. So big tip right there is know that their eyesight is incredible, that they can see you and they will see you. So any movement, you gotta stay still. Try to keep the gun up on your knee at all times in the direction that the bird's gobbling at when he's coming in, to try to eliminate your movement when it's time to pull the trigger. If you do have to move when a turkey gets in close, try to wait until he's behind a tree big enough that he can't see you. Make your move. So if you're pointing your gun out and he's over to your left, wait till he gets behind that big tree and then shift. That way when he pops out, you're ready to go bang. They can also run really quick, turkeys. They can run up to 25 mile an hour and they can fly up to 50 mile an hour. Turkeys usually only fly twice a day, mostly, and that's to get up in the tree where they roost in the beginning of the night or at the end of the night, and flying out of the tree in the morning. That's typically when they're flying the most. Anyway, I think that's going to conclude today's video. If, like I said, if you guys have any questions, if you want me to go in more depth about other things, drop a comment, let me know. If you like this video or learn anything, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in Turkey Woods in a couple weeks.